So I may put this on my YouTube channel as a rebuttal. I have no idea what's going to be said in this, but I am going to be pausing it. And if there's something that I don't like, then
Requisitions arrive.
yes,
The heretics
I will rebuttal it. All right?
How dare you, we were busy polishing our booty armor.
All right, hang on. My Windows has detected a virus. I know, mate. He's on the screen right now. I know. We'll take care of him in a second, right?
The heretics
This guy, right? This guy.
We
Go and
have
check
a
out his
saying
video
in our Sid
yourself.
talk shit, get hit, Val.
Go and check out your video yourself. I'm just going to turn the sound off my notifications real quick so it doesn't look over this. But yeah, this is going to take 45 minutes to get through. Right, we're doing it. Here we go. Right, I'm at the start. Here we go.
G'day guys and gal, the Imperial Fists are a proud legion, the Praetorians of Terror, leaders of the Loyalist war effort, and the Sons of Rogel Dawn. They were
Whoa! Right, that's it. We're only 7 minutes in. Sorry, 7 seconds in. He's used my artwork. That's it. Taking the video down. Where's the permission? He didn't even ask me for permission. Plagiarism. That's it. Copyright strike. He's gone. The channel's... I'm going to own him by the end of this video, right? I'm going to own him by the end of this video. Well. Mate, I literally just Saturnine Gambited him right at the start of the video. 7 for the 7th Legion. That's my artwork. Well. Right, let's carry on.
Dawn. They were legendary during the Great Crusade and Horus Heresy. Their will was unbreakable and they held back the darkness, spawning heroes like Sigismund. So why in M42 do they seem to be almost completely irrelevant and borderline useless? Why are they...
Hang on. Right. How are they useless? How are they useless? How? We're literally out there fighting on all fronts. We're fighting on all fronts. How are we useless? He said borderline useless. Shut up, Mandy D. Right? He's probably going to elaborate. Okay, right. Let's go.
They're completely outshone by their successor chapters like the Black Templars. What is even the name of their chapter master? Something must have happened to trigger this fall from...
The name of the chapter master is Chapter Master Valrak. It's not hard. Bloody hell.
Grace, and today we'll discover what it is. Before we get started, Christmas can be a stressful time. You want to get good gifts for your friends and family without blowing out your bank account. So I partnered up with Manscaped today to show you a fantastic option for incredible value. Manscaped are the kings of male grooming, whether you want to delete your neckbeard or your ball hair. But there is a bundle that trumps all others, and that is the Chairman Pro package, which features some awesome stuff like the Chairman Pro, a foil shaver that includes both a beard trimmer head, which I use for my face, and a skin shaver head, which I use for my neck. Due to its skin-safe technology, it's rare to have any form of razor bumps or cuts. However, by using the rest of the package, like the Power Shave Gel beforehand, and then the Face Shave Soother afterwards, you'll be clean cut without any dramas. Pair this up with using a lawnmower to keep your downstairs tidy, or the body wash and shampoo to keep yourself smelling great, or any of the other dozens of products Manscaped has, and you'll be golden in the grooming department. The Chairman Pro package is already discounted into a value bundle, which if you use my link and code MAGICAL20, will then apply an additional 20% off and free international shipping. It's Christmas, baby. Cheers to Manscaped for sponsoring this video. Today we'll go over why the Imperial...
Right, that's it. Everyone throw your Manscaped products out. I'm throwing mine out now, okay? How dare can they sponsor... They can sponsor this crime, right? How dare they? The Sons of Dawn are nothing but heroes. Heroes of the Imperium. Sling it in the bin!
Imperial Fists seem almost entirely absent from the setting in any meaningful capacity, relegated to the sidelines like the Iron Hands and given next to no love in the lore.
Did he just compare us to the Iron Hands? Did my hearing betray me? Did I just get compared to a Iron Hand? We are reaching levels of heresy that has not been seen before. Levels of heresy.
Let's get into it.
I I do like that little
Okay,
animation.
so like most answers to complicated questions, there's a few reasons, both in lore and out of lore. Games Workshop makes the lore to sell the models. They don't make the models to sell the lore. The Ultramarines are the poster boys of Warhammer 40k, mostly because blue is a really easy paint to work with. It has good pigment, it's vibrant, and you don't need particularly impressive techniques or brush control to make an Ultramarine look good. The White Scars, on the other hand, boy oh boy, if you don't know how to paint Warhammer, then your bike-humping space Mongolians are going to look like dog shit. In a similar vein to this, yellow is also a terrible color to paint with. It requires a number.
I kind of agree that yellow is a hard color to paint with, but speed paints have made it a lot better. Like, a lot of people are painting Sons of Dawn now because of the whole speed paint stuff. So yes and no. Yellow is hard, but they've made it a little bit easier, especially if you use. Oh crap! Where's? God damn it! The only time here it is. I can do my advertisement, especially if you use Valrak Yellow. Well. 2 of us can advertise Major Kill, right? Especially if you use Valrak Yellow, right? This is the best way to do it. Let's carry on.
Number of thin coats or an airbrush just to build up a decent base layer. It is not a beginner-friendly paint, thus not a huge amount of people play with Imperial Fists in modern 40k. This is further evidenced by them having near fuck all unique models. You gotta follow the money. Now yes, they are the loyalist poster boys for Horus Heresy, however that is because their role in the Horus Heresy was too big to ignore, and people who play Horus Heresy likely are more advanced painters than standard 40k painters, so yellow isn't as...
It's literally the Valrak model. He's talking shit while literally showing off the Valrak model in the background.
Hectic to work with for them. Plus yellow contrasts better with sea green than blue does. Anyway, that is the soulless corporate reason why modern 40k Imperial Fists seem to have fucked off. But let's now check out the more interesting in-law reasons. One aspect of the Imperial Fist's apparent absence from the setting is due to the fact that they were such a massive part of the Horus Heresy. The Siege of Terra, Battle of Fal, Pharos, and many other conflicts involved the Imperial Fists. They were probably the largest loyalist legion due to a mass recruitment push from Terra itself during the Heresy, especially after the Ultramarines got fucked hard on Calv. So they went from being massive to tiny, which is jarring.
Yes and no. The Ultramarines were still the biggest. Don't forget, the Imperial Fist sent a massive retribution fleet, and that was intercepted by the Iron Warriors and Perturabo, and we had the Battle of the Thal system. But before that, there was massive warp storms that also broke it up. Then on top of that, of course, there were other retribution fleets set out to other systems. For example, Horus's homeworld was literally overtaken by the Imperial Fists, and that was like just a siege on that. And of course, when Terror happened, the Imperial Fist took the brunt of it. So that's how we lost most of our troops. But the Ultramarines still had the biggest faction. I still think even after Calf, they were still ranked up there. Like, numbers are numbers. Numbers are always hard to control in Warhammer. But one of the strongest figures I've seen is that the Ultramarines had 250,000 Marines. Right? So yeah, it was big. Cathonia, yes. Cathonia is Horus's homeworld, sorry. Right, let's keep going.
Legions like the Iron Hands, Raven Guard, and Salamanders aren't super present in the current setting either, but neither were they in the Horus Heresy due to the Isfahan drop site massacre, so it's to be expected. However, even with that said, it feels like these Shattered Legions are more present than the Imperial Fist in the current setting, with the Raven Guard being heavily involved in the wars against the Tau, whilst the Salamanders make a good showing of themselves. But yeah, I don't know about the Iron Hands. The point being, the absence of the Imperial Fist is felt very keenly due to how present they used to be. Now for a more concrete in-law reason. When the Heresy ended, the various Space Marine legions were split up into chapters. These new chapters would be led by various different heroes from the original legion. At this point, the Imperial Fist had like 3 super awesome, interesting Space Marines still alive: Sigismund, Fafnir Ran, and Alexis Pollux. All of them.
There was more than that. There was more than that. Right? There was more than that.
Legends. All of them left the Imperial Fist and founded their own chapters. Sigismund founded the Black Templars, easily the most well-known and liked Sons of Dawn. Fafnir founded the Executioners, an obscure but respected chapter, and Alexis founded the Crimson Fists, a chapter that doesn't get a crazy amount of attention, however can date their founding in the lore back to the very start of Warhammer and have books made about them. The Imperial Fist had Dawn, but he vanished soon after, leaving them with literally nobody that anyone could give a fuck about. To make matters worse, during the War of the Beast, the entire Imperial Fist chapter was wiped out.
But, right, hang on.
It had to be rebuilt using donated Marines, and during the War of the Beast, the entire Imperial Fist chapter was wiped out and had to be rebuilt using donated Marines and Gene.
Technically, the chapter was not wiped out. Technically, okay? The phalanx remained safe, and the gene seed on the phalanx remain untouched. A chapter is only wiped out if the gene seed is lost from that chapter. That never happened. Listen, I'm only giving you the facts, right? I'm not coping. I'm giving you the facts here. I'm giving you the technological facts. That is what happened. That is what happened.
Seed from Imperial Fist successors, meaning there are no true OG Imperial Fists in the galaxy. I mean, sure, at that stage they were genetically identical, so it didn't matter, but the point remains. Further problems would emerge when, after the Beast's defeat, a High Lord assassinated his peers and took command of the Imperium, leading as a tyrant. This led the few remaining Imperial Fists back to Terra to destroy him, and in the process, nearly all of them died once again. So you
no, that, all right, that, no, right, listen, right, what was that, there was like one chapter master was the first guy to die. I remember it, like, the first casualty was, the first one to die was a chapter master of another chapter. The chapter escapes me, but it wasn't that. All I'm hearing here, right, all I'm hearing from this is that the Imperial Fists are constantly on the front line, defending the Imperium, taking shots, right? So we're not irrelevant. We're relevant because we're constantly dying for the Imperium. This is like an Uno reverse video.
Another legion that was reduced to 1,000 Marines, had all their cool characters removed, and then were exterminated and rebuilt and then smacked again. Not exactly a glorious story. Something I also need to mention is that the Imperial Fists were lined up to have a ton of chapters and be a dominant force in the Imperium, until Rogel Dawn's Roid Rage kicked in and he fought Perturabo in the Battle of the Iron Cage, a misadventure that killed most of the Imperial Fist Legion off, leaving only a couple thousand to form a handful of successor chapters, successors who have since eclipsed their parent legion.
Right, hang on, right. This is all assumption. We're assuming here we don't know the ins and outs of the Iron Cage. To me, it's chaos propaganda. We will eventually get to the Iron Cage with a Scouring series, but this is all assumption. And when you assume, you make an ass of you and me. An ass of you and me. All right? This is what it is.
Other factors also include the fact that the Imperial Fists never stopped being the Praetorians of Terra. Their chapter remained on the throne world to defend it from then onwards, leaving the Crusade stuff for the Black Templars, and since Terra is rarely ever threatened, the Imperial Fists rarely ever seem to get any action in. The few engagements they are involved in include the uprising against George Van Dyer, the corrupt rule of the Imperium in M36, as well as a number of pretty irrelevant minor conflicts like the fall of Adamantium City in M37, the Iridian defense in M38, the Battle of Colonial Bridge in M40. Shit did indeed heat up in M40.
Technically, the Imperial Fist left Terra with the Beast Arises. The last wall, Daylight Wall, was the last wall left on Terra, and they left to investigate what happened with the Imperial Fist chapter, and then they found the Orc gravitational moons, and the Imperial Fist never took up that duty again, being based on Terra. They more or less became a fleet-based chapter then from that point, with the chapters that brought the Imperial Fist back to life, because we weren't wiped out. We still had Gene Seed.
One, with the Fist getting involved in a shitload of battles and engagements, however none of them are super noteworthy, just a bunch of crusades and battles that get mentioned in passing in Space Marine codexes and whatnot. But here is the really fuck thing. Until recently, the chapter master of the Imperial Fist was Vaughn Hagen. Bet you haven't heard of him, as he was killed during the opening of the Great Rift, when chaotic forces flooded the Sol system. He was succeeded by Gregor Desan, the new chapter master of the Imperial Fist, who I bet you also still haven't heard of.
I have.
And that's not your fault. He's quite literally only been mentioned like once in the lore. In fact, the only unique up-to-date model the Imperial Fists have is Tor Garadon, captain of the Third Company. They also have a super old model for Darnath Lysander, captain of the First Company, but that model looks older than the guy that peeks at my local kindergarten through a telescope. But yeah, the last two chapter masters of the Imperial Fists have fuck all lore and 0 models, which is wild to me. The only others in that situation are the Iron Hands and the White Scars. Now,
No, mate. No. I'd argue the Salamanders haven't updated their chapter master. Right? The Salamanders haven't updated their chapter master. The Raven Guard only have 1 character. Imperial Fists technically have 2. Objection, hearsay. Yeah, mate, Tushan never got a new model with 8th edition, though. Like, how old is Tushan's model? I bet it's around the same age as Lysander. That's what I'm trying to say. Technically, the Imperial Fists have 2 character models, right? You've got Lysander and you've got big chunky Tor Garadon, right? Some of the chapters don't have that. Raven Guard only have 1. Salamanders have 2, if I'm not mistaken. Or do they have 3? And I think Salamanders have 3. White Scars, mate, listen, right? White Scars have got a guy. White Scars haven't got their... No, have they got their chapter master? He's old anyway. I think he's Legends, right? I'm just saying, everyone's like this with models if you're not an Ultramarine, or a Black Templar, or a Dark Angel, Blood Angel, and soon to be Space Wolves, because they're going to get a bunch of stuff as well. They have a guy that's... Mate, like the White Scars have a guy who's walking.
The Imperial Fist did get pretty involved during the 13th Black Crusade.
Yeah,
the Phalanx was invaded due to Warp Spaghetti, causing the Imperial Fist to venture to Cadia and lend their aid. After this, they did return to Terra to protect it, getting reinforced with Primaris Marines. Now, if you do look at their current war zones, they are busy little bees, buzz, defending, invading, or clapping a dozen different enemies, and I'm sure there is some solid lore interwoven there.
You forgot... Listen, right? Okay, let's butter over the big lore, Major Kill, all right? First things first, the Phalanx now is technically back to being the beast it was. Because when it went to Terra to get repaired, the Custodies gave it like this dark age of technology device. They pumped it into it, and it's like, boom, fully back to operationals. Like things were like guns with systems were coming back to life that hadn't had life before, and stuff like that. And all the survivors that they rescued from Cadia basically now call the Phalanx their home. They're like, it's full of just humans and defenders now. It is literally a battle station, right? It's out there for vengeance. It's the Imperium's biggest weapon. You skipped that one, didn't you? Kangaroo.
But it just looks like a ChatGPT list, where you say, hey, generate me a bunch of cool sounding battles and war zones. I haven't seen anything actually particularly dope, like the Dark Angels' recent battle with Vashtor and Angron, or the Blood Angels taking on the Tyranids during the devastation of Baal. Even the War for Vigilus, in which the Ultramarines took on Abaddon directly, seems a lot cooler than all of these. The Imperial Fists were supposed to be the exemplars of the Imperium, but at the moment, they're just as irrelevant as the Iron Hands, and the Iron Hands are super fucking irrelevant.
Why does he keep comparing us to the Iron Hands? We are nothing like the Iron Hands. We're not even the same category of the Iron Hands. The Iron Hands are absolute losers, right? We are nowhere near the Iron Hands at all. Nowhere near them. Absolutely zero near them. Like you've just stated, we're being busy little bees. The Iron Hands are not. They're tossing each other off like who's got the most firm handshake. We're not doing that. We're fighting, right? The Phalanx was at Cadia. It fought Cadia. It's back. It's the Phalanx is fighting in the 4th Tyrannic War. Segmentum Pacificus with Trajan Valoris. It's over there right now. Read the books.
As a side note, the Imperial Fist gene seed is also degraded quite significantly. Imperial Fists no longer have the Belcher's gland, which is what allows Space Marines to spit acid and is actually extremely handy to have, but more importantly, they no longer have a sus-and membrane, which was an organ that allowed a Space Marine to enter a state of hibernation, like a self-induced stasis, that allowed them to remain alive without food, water, or decent survival conditions
we died in
for
the
a
Emperor's
very,
name,
very
that's
long
why.
time. This was super important for when a hectic battle was joined and various Space Marines were scattered or wounded and needed to be picked up years later when the area was safe. So just another L for the Imperial Fists. What should GW do to change this? Or do they even need to change it? After all, not every first founding chapter needs to be front and center. Well, the first issue is the complete lack of Imperial Fist models. Why the fuck would anyone choose to make an Imperial Fist army when the Ultramarines, Blood Angels, and Dark Angels have full-on hectic unique models? I mean, damn, even the Space Wolves have a bunch of unique models. Sure, they are old, but at least it's something. The Imperial Fists only have Tor Garridan, and he himself is a pretty generic model. The Imperial Fists also need some cooler characters. Having two complete
I'll tell you why, right? I'll tell you why you make the Imperial Fists, right? Because we are the Emperor's most favored, the most trusted, and we were his strongest. That's why we went back to Terra to defend it. That's why. Without the Sons of Dawn, there would be no Warhammer 40,000. It's as simple as that. Without us, none of this exists. None of it exists. Nothing. Nothing. We built the walls, we defended the walls, and we stopped Horus. That's why.
Completely unknown chapter masters with no lore or model is a fat L. The Black Templars are awesome because they have people like Helbrecht and Grimaldus.
I have always said, and this is no secret, the Black Templars are way cooler than the Sons of Dawn. I've always said this. I've said it. Always. Everyone knows this. That's why I've got a Black Templar army as well as an Imperial Fist army. The Black Templars have way more characters. They basically like stick two fingers up to Gilliman and say, you know, I'll wipe my ass with your book kind of thing. We'll do what we want, right? We're out here in Dawn's name. I love the Black Templars. I love them. They have got more personality than the Imperial Fists.
Same goes for the Blood Angels, with them having Dante, Mephiston, and Asterath. They also need to have a rival.
Yeah, but you can say this. You can say, oh, the Blood Angels have more characters than the Salamanders, the Raven Guard, the White Scars, the Iron Hands. We all know they do. Just pick it on the Imperial Fists.
Or some kind of hectic
Jealous.
war zone that they are front and
You know why? He's jealous of that haircut. That's why. Mate, look at that. Mate, you could put that head into a wall. That's how square it is. I love it.
center in for a while. For example, the White Scars and Raven Guard got a lot of love and were fleshed out during their conflict with the Tau, even though it wasn't exactly a galaxy-shaking event to smack around some blueberries. GW have been going around and updating each of the first founding successors. Ultramarines are stacked, Dark Angels and Blood Angels are sorted. I would expect to see a Space Wolf refresh coming soon, as well as some more Imperial Fists, but who knows, I'm not G-dubs, I'm just a dumb fuck.
I know. The Space Wolves refresh is coming soon. It's coming very, very soon. Very, very soon.
Retard YouTuber. If you enjoyed the video and you want to support the channel, then pick up a Burning Hand of Vengeance model. They only have this weekend left before they're gonzo, so get them while you still can. Hit the subscribe button and hit the real subscribe button for more relevant content. Join the Discord for more memes and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Screw you, Mage Kill, you twat. Right, I disagree with everything he said. Right? That's my statement. Right? Mail this to him. I'm glad we sent your ancestors to that island all those years ago. Clearly, you deserved it. Valrak over and out. Done.